Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with the last part of this chapter, that is role of microbes in as biofertilizers. Fertilizers, which are termed as the nutrients which are necessary for the growth of plants and thus for the productivity of cultivated plants. So we can say in the field where agricultural field, these biofertilizers are used. So use of biofertilizers for increasing productivity is one of the aspects of green revolution. So in the green revolution which happened in India, which is actually proceeded in India just after our independence, within some after some period of time of independence, green revolution that have proceed in India. So biofertilizer, so mostly fertilizers are used, but that are used are in the inorganic form. That fertilizers are classified into inorganic and organic. So inorganic, which are purely chemical, and organic, which are biological. So inorganic fertilizers are synthetic, where the mineral salts like NPK, nitrogen, potassium, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium are mixed in definite proportion and then dusted in the field. But excessive use of such fertilizer lead to the pollution of soil, pollution of air, and groundwater pollution also. And also because of overuse of these fertilizers, that we can say year after year, that soil becomes acidic. So organic fertilizers are biological fertilizers. So they are biological in origin, which include farmyard manure, that is FYM, compost, and green manure. Use of these fertilizers increase the fertility of the soil. At the same time, it maintains the ecological balance of the soil. So now the days of better and sustainable agricultural production, farmers are using biofertilizers and practice organic farming. Biofertilizers are mostly nitrogen fixing living microorganisms which enrich the nutrient quality of soil. They include bacteria, cyanobacteria, and fungi. So biofertilizers are commercial preparation of ready to use live bacterial or fungal formulations. Their application to plant, soil, or composting pits helps to enrich the soil fertility due to their biological activity. So use of biofertilizer is cost effective and eco-friendly. So composting pits means a kind of some area is dug in the soil, and where that all garbage is dumped, and which gets converted into the compost, that is a fertilizer. So use of biofertilizer is cost effective and also eco-friendly, means which never harms the ecosystem, nature. They play a vital role in maintaining the long-term soil fertility and sustainability, of course. So types of biofertilizers, classification of biofertilizers on the on the basis of the nature of group of organisms. Biofertilizers are classified as bacterial fertilizers and fungal fertilizers. So, bacterial fertilizers include eubacteria and cyanobacteria. On the basis of the function, bacterial fertilizers are further grouped as nitrogen fixing, phosphate solubilizing, and compost making biofertilizers. So, cyanobacterial biofertilizers, the fungal biofertilizers include the mycorrhizal fungi. On the basis of the function, they are classified into ectomycorrhizae, endomycorrhizae. On the basis of the nature and function of biofertilizer are divided into following groups. Nitrogen fixing biofertilizers, first one, that is the nitrogen fixing microorganisms which convert atmospheric nitrogen into nitrogenous compounds like nitrites and nitrates from the ammonia. So nitrogen fixing microorganisms, also called diazotropes, and there are two types. First one, that is symbiotic nitrogen fixing microorganisms, for example Rhizobium, Anabaena, Frankia, and these are always associated generally with underground parts, that is the roots of higher plants. So what is symbiosis they are showing? They are actually growing inside the root of any kind of plant, and they are actually connecting, they are actually working for it, like they are fixing nitrogen for that plant, and they are that plant is actually made available amount of food material prepared by the plant to that symbiotic nitrogen fixing microorganisms. Free living or non symbiotic nitrogen fixing microorganisms, for example, Azotobacter, Nostoc, Clostridium, Benjernicea, Klebsiella, etc. Phosphatic solubilizing biofertilizers. These are bacterial species which solubilize the insoluble inorganic phosphate compound such as rock phosphate, for example, Pseudomonas striata, Bacillus polymixa, Agrobacterium, Micrococcus, Aspergillus species, etc., which are actually utilizing the phosphate and converting it into the phosphates. They are forming a phosphates compound. They are using the pure amount of phosphorus from the rocks. Compost making biofertilizers. Composting is a natural process that turns organic material into the dark rich substrate called compost or humus. So composting process is dependent on microorganisms to break down organic matter into compost. There are many types of microorganisms found in active compost such as bacteria, fungi, and actinobacteria, protozoa, and rotiferous. Rotiferous means rotiferous fungi, which are actually grows on the dead material. Cyanobacteria as a biofertilizers. Many cyanobacteria are aquatic and terrestrial. They are free living, symbiotic, aerobic, photosynthetic, nitrogen fixing, heteroscious or non heteroscious form. So cyanobacteria that is termed as blue green algae, which is aquatic, of course, terrestrial, sometimes grows on the soil. Free living or symbiotic means free living and also with the combination of the other organism. Aerobic, of course, which performs oxygen related oxygen respiration. Photosynthetic because it contains chlorophyll pigments, it is green in color. It fixes nitrogen from the air and converts it into nitrates and nitrites. Heterocystous, that means different male and female cysts are different, or non-heterocystous, that means same kind of cysts are present. For example, Anabina nostoc, Plictonema, Oscillatoria, and some which are symbiotic, where the Anabina nostoc and Toliofrix, which are associated with lichens, that means which are associated with the fungi and gets converted into lichens. Lichens that we have studied in our earlier standard in 11th at the end of the kingdom Plantae. Anabina is associated with the plants like Azolla and Cycas, which lives inside the plant. Fungal biofertilizers. Mycorrhizae is fungus. It forms symbiotic association with the underground parts like rhizomes and roots of higher plants, occurring in thick humid forest, where the forest and where the deep forest and human interaction is low. These are discovered by Frank in 1885, which are two types, ectomycorrhizae and endomycorrhizae. Ectomycorrhizae, they have well developed mycelium that forms mantle on the outside of the roots. Mantle, that means a kind of their own body structure, and this increases the absorptive surface area of roots and accelerates the uptake of water and nutrients. Means ectomycorrhiza, which actually available makes available the amount of minerals and water to the plant like sodium, phosphorus, calcium, and potassium minerals, and due to this plant's vigor, growth, and yield increase. So plant is growing vigorously and its yield means fruiting is also increases. Some hyphae of mycorrhizal fungi penetrate into the root and forms hatching net in the intercellular spaces of root cortex. Means they are not penetrating the root cells. Endomycorrhizae, they grow in between or within the cortical cells of the root, where the fungal hyphae penetrate the cells and forms finely branched arbuscles, which are intracellularly and forms vesicles most in the intercellular spaces. So inside the cells, a kind of bulge is formed which is termed as arbuscles. Outside the cells, a bulge is formed that is termed as vesicles. That's why these are also termed as arbuscular vesicular mycorrhiza, VAM. So nowadays they are described as AM fungi. The plants with VAM grows luxuriously and in less irrigated lands because it makes available water to it. The association of VAM with crop plants helps in conversion of less productive field into more productive field. Biofertilizer microorganisms. Rhizobium. Rhizobia are rod-shaped motile aerobic gram-negative non-spore forming nitrogen fixing bacteria. They are motile means they can move, they are rod-shaped, they are aerobic respiration they perform, and a type they are gram-negative bacteria. They are not forming spores and they are nitrogen fixing bacteria. Contains NOR genes or NIF genes. They form symbiotic association with the roots of the leguminous plants. They bring about nodule formation on the roots, multiply inside the root nodule. So they fix the root nodule is a kind of bulging outward structure, a kind of foda we can say. They feed, they fix atmospheric nitrogen into organic forms which can be used by plants as nutrients. For example, Rhizobium leguminosarum, which is specific to pea, and Rhizophus fascioli, which is for the bean. Azotobacter. It is the important and well-known free-living nitrogen-fixing aerobic non-photosynthetic. Free-living that means moves. It's living free. Nitrogen-fixing bacteria performs aerobic respiration. They are depend on others for food. They are heterotrophic because they are non-photosynthetic. They don't have chlorophyll pigments. Non-nodule forming. They are not forming nodule or foda-like structure on the root. They are bacteria intimately associated with the roots of grasses and certain plants. They are living on the roots of grasses and some plants. It's used as biofertilizer for all non-leguminous plants, especially rice, cotton, and vegetables, etc. Azospirillum. It is free-living aerobic nitrogen-fixing bacterium which is associated with the roots of corn, wheat, jowar. It fixes considerable quantity of nitrogen. There is 20 to 40 kg in non-leguminous plants such as cereals, millets, cotton, and oilseeds. Here the ozora leaf which is showing the filamentous anabina. The filamentous anabina which is growing inside the azolla which is one of the kind of pteridophyte which grows on the floating in the surface of water. Anabina. It is a genus of multicellular filamentous cyanobacteria, one of the blue-green algae part, we can say genus, which exists as plankton, means unicellular. It has ability to fix nitrogen and also forms symbiotic relationship with certain plants, such as curled roots of Cycas and Anthoceros thallus. So thallus of Anthoceros, which is one of the bryophyte, and Cycas roots. It has some specialized and colorless cells which are called heterocysts, which are the sites of nitrogen fixation. With the cyst which performs nitrogenous fixation. Azolla. It is free floating water fern. An azolla plant consists of floating rhizome, which is stem. So floating stem with the small overlapping bilobe leaves and roots. So everything is floating, but bilobe leaves are you can see easily on floating on the water. So leaf shows dorsal and ventral lobe. In the dorsal lobe, anabina filaments are present in the parenchyma. Parenchyma that are the air spaces, which fixes nitrogen. So azolla can be used as biofertilizers in the rice field because rice field is actually we can say a waterlogged field for rice. On that azolla, which is a free floating fern, can be grow, which actually contains this kind of anabina algae, and that's why it can be indirectly helps rice field to get amount of fixed nitrites to the field. Now in our country, many biofertilizers are available in market to reduce the use of chemical fertilizers and thus the pollution. Here we have finished our chapter. We are going to start new chapter in our next session. Thank you all of you.